Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. OK, let's dive deep into common backhand mistakes developers make and how to avoid them. We'll cover a range of issues, from subtle logic errors to performance bottlenecks and code maintainability problems. Each section will include clear explanations, illustrative code examples, showing the bad approach and a good approach, and advice on how to debug and prevent these errors. Understanding the backhand metaphor. Think of a backhand mistake in coding as an error that seems correct on the surface but ultimately leads to problems down the line. It's like hitting a tennis ball with poor form. It might get over the net initially, but it's less consistent, weaker, and more prone to breaking down under pressure. We want to develop a strong forehand and a strong backhand in our coding, making us more reliable and robust developers. 1. Incorrect iteration, off by one errors, indexing issues. The mistake iterating through arrays or lists with inaccurate loop conditions, causing either index out of bounds exception S or missing elements. This is the classic off by one error. Why it's bad. Crashes your program, misses essential data, or introduces subtle bugs. Bad example, Java. Good example, Java. Explanation. The bad example tries to access numbers 5, but the valid indices for numbers are 0 to 4. This causes an array index out of bounds exception. The good example uses the correct loop condition, iNumbers.length, ensuring that the loop only accesses valid indices. How to prevent always double-check loop conditions. Use instead of equals when iterating up to the length of an array. Use instead of equals when iterating down. Test with boundary cases. Especially empty arrays/lists and arrays/lists with only one element. Use enhanced for loops, where appropriate in languages like Java or Python. For int numbers, avoids the need for manual indexing, reducing the chance of errors. Use collection methods. Use for each, map, filter, etc., in languages that support them, which automatically handle iteration. Debugging tips. Print the index. System.out.println, index, plus I plus, value, plus numbers I, to see where the index goes out of bounds. Use a debugger. Step through the loop line by line and inspect the value of I and numbers I at each iteration. 2. Premature optimization. The mistake. Trying to optimize code before it's even written, or optimizing based on assumptions instead of actual performance measurements. Why it's bad. Wasted time. You spend effort optimizing code that might not even be a bottleneck. Increased complexity. Optimizations often make code harder to read and maintain. Incorrect optimizations. Your optimization might actually make the code slower in some cases. Bad example, Python. Good example, Python. Explanation. The bad example uses a loop and the plus equals operator for string concatenation. While this looks straightforward, in Python, strings are immutable. Each time plus equals is used, a new string is created in memory, and the old string is discarded. This becomes extremely inefficient for large strings. The good example uses .join, map, str, data. This is significantly faster because it avoids creating multiple temporary strings. How to prevent write clear, functional code first. Focus on correctness and readability. Asterisk profile your code. Asterisk use profiling tools to identify actual bottlenecks before optimizing. Python has C profile, Java has profilers integrated into IDEs, etc. Asterisk follow the 80-20th rule. Asterisk often, 80% of the execution time is spent in 20% of the code. Focus your optimization efforts on that critical 20%. Asterisk measure. Asterisk always measure the performance impact of your optimizations. Make sure they are actually improving performance. Asterisk consider readability. Asterisk don't sacrifice readability for minor performance gains. Asterisk debugging tips. Asterisk profiling tools. Asterisk these tools will show you exactly where your code is spending its time. Look for the functions or code blocks that are taking the longest. Asterisk micro benchmarks. Asterisk isolate the code you want to optimize and run it repeatedly with different inputs to measure its performance. 3. Ignoring exceptions or errors. Asterisk the mistake. Asterisk catching exceptions but not handling them properly, example catch, exception E. Or even worse, not catching exceptions at all and letting your program crash. Same goes for logging errors and warning messages. Asterisk why it's bad. Asterisk hides critical errors, makes debugging much harder, leads to unexpected behavior, and leaves your application in an unstable state. Asterisk bad example, Java. Asterisk good example, Java. Asterisk explanation. Asterisk the bad example catches the exception but does nothing with it. The program continues as if nothing happened, which is dangerous. You've essentially silenced a critical error. Asterisk the good example catches the arithmetic exception, more specific than a generic exception, logs the error using a logger, prints an error message to the console, and includes a finally block to ensure resource cleanup. Asterisk how to prevent. Asterisk understand exception types. Asterisk catch specific exceptions, example IO exception, null pointer exception, instead of just exception. Asterisk log errors. Asterisk use a logging framework, example log4j, slf4j, java.utility logging, Python's logging module, to record error messages, stack traces, and relevant context. Asterisk handle errors gracefully. Asterisk decide what to do when an error occurs. Can you retry the operation? Use a default value. Display an error message to the user. Terminate the program safely. Asterisk use finally blocks. Asterisk ensure that resources, files, connections, etc., are cleaned up, even if an exception occurs. Asterisk rethrow exceptions. Asterisk if you can't handle an exception at a particular level, rethrow it to a higher level where it can be handled appropriately. Include the original exception in the new exceptions constructor to preserve the stack trace. Asterisk debugging tips. Asterisk look for empty catch blocks. Asterisk these are red flags. Asterisk check logs. Asterisk make sure your application is logging errors and warnings. Asterisk use a debugger. Asterisk set breakpoints in catch blocks to examine the exception and the program state. 4. Magic numbers/strings. Asterisk the mistake. Asterisk using literal values, numbers or strings, directly in your code without explaining their meaning. Asterisk why it's bad. Asterisk reduces readability. Asterisk it's hard to understand what the numbers/strings represent. Asterisk makes code harder to maintain. Asterisk if you need to change the value, you have to find every instance of it throughout your code. Asterisk increases the risk of errors. Asterisk you might accidentally mistype the value in one place. Asterisk bad example, C. Asterisk good example, C. Asterisk explanation. Asterisk the bad example uses 3.14159 directly, without explaining that it's pi. It also uses 65 directly, with no indication that it represents the age for a senior citizen discount. Asterisk the good example defines named constants, pi and senior_citizen_age, to represent these values. This makes the code much more readable and maintainable. Asterisk how to prevent asterisk. Asterisk define constants. Asterisk use const, C, C++, final, Java, or similar keywords to define constants for frequently used values. Asterisk use enums asterisk for a set of related named values, example days of the week, status codes. Asterisk use configuration files asterisk for values that might change between different environments, example database connection strings. Asterisk debugging tips asterisk. Asterisk search for literal values asterisk use your IDE's search feature to find instances of numbers or strings in your code. Asterisk ask yourself, what does this value represent? If you can't answer the question immediately, it's probably a magic number/string. 5. Ignoring code style and conventions. Asterisk the mistake asterisk writing code that is inconsistent in style, poorly formatted, and doesn't follow the established conventions of the language or project. Asterisk why it's bad asterisk. Asterisk reduces readability asterisk makes it harder for others, and your future self, to understand the code. Asterisk increases the risk of errors asterisk inconsistent formatting can hide subtle errors. Asterisk makes collaboration difficult asterisk different developers will have different styles, leading to conflicts. Asterisk gives a bad impression asterisk code style is a reflection of your professionalism. Asterisk bad example, JavaScript. Asterisk good example, JavaScript, using a common style guide like Airbnb. Asterisk explanation asterisk. Asterisk the bad example has inconsistent spacing, no indentation, and uses cryptic variable names. Asterisk the good example follows a consistent style guide with proper indentation, spacing, and more descriptive variable names, if A and B weren't required by the context. Asterisk how to prevent asterisk. Asterisk choose a style guide asterisk select a well-established style guide for your language, example PEP 8 for Python, Google Style Guide for Java, Airbnb JavaScript Style Guide. Asterisk use a linter asterisk linters are tools that automatically check your code for style violations, example PyLint for Python, ESLint for JavaScript. Asterisk use a code formatter asterisk code formatters automatically format your code according to a style guide, example AutoPep 8 for Python, Prettier for JavaScript. Asterisk code reviews asterisk have other developers review your code to catch style issues. Asterisk IDE integration asterisk configure your IDE to use a linter and code formatter automatically. Asterisk debugging tips asterisk. Asterisk run a linter asterisk the linter will highlight style violations. Asterisk use a code formatter asterisk the formatter will automatically fix many style issues. Asterisk read the code carefully asterisk pay attention to spacing, indentation, and naming conventions. 6. Ignoring security best practices. Asterisk the mistake asterisk writing code that is vulnerable to security exploits, such as SQL injection, cross-site scripting, XSS, or buffer overflows. Asterisk why it's bad asterisk can lead to data breaches, loss of sensitive information, and damage to your organization's reputation. Asterisk bad example, PHP. Asterisk good example, PHP. Asterisk explanation asterisk. Asterisk the bad example directly inserts user input, $username, into the SQL query. An attacker can manipulate the input to inject malicious SQL code, SQL injection. Asterisk the good example uses prepared statements with parameterized queries. This separates the SQL code from the data, preventing SQL injection. The miscli_stmt_bind_param function safely escapes the user input. Asterisk how to prevent asterisk. Asterisk input validation asterisk sanitize and validate all user input. Asterisk prepared statements asterisk use prepared statements with parameterized queries to prevent SQL injection. Asterisk output encoding asterisk encode output to prevent XSS vulnerabilities. Example HTML encode user-generated content before displaying it on a web page. Asterisk least privilege asterisk grant users only the minimum necessary permissions. Asterisk keep software up to date asterisk apply security patches promptly. Asterisk use security analysis tools asterisk static analysis tools can identify potential security vulnerabilities in your code. Asterisk debugging tips asterisk. Asterisk think like an attacker asterisk try to find ways to exploit your code. Asterisk use security testing tools asterisk tools like OWASP Zap can help you find web application vulnerabilities. Asterisk consult security experts asterisk if you're not sure about security, ask for help from a security professional. 7. Not writing unit tests. Asterisk the mistake asterisk developing code without writing unit tests to verify its correctness. Asterisk why it's bad asterisk. Asterisk makes debugging harder asterisk it's harder to find and fix bugs without tests. Asterisk increases the risk of regressions asterisk changes to the code might introduce new bugs. Asterisk makes refactoring difficult asterisk it's harder to refactor code without tests to ensure that you haven't broken anything. Asterisk leads to lower quality code asterisk developers are less likely to write clean, modular code if they're not writing tests. Asterisk bad example, Java, no tests. Asterisk good example, Java, with JUnit tests. Asterisk explanation asterisk. Asterisk the bad example has no tests. It's hard to be confident that the add method is working correctly. Asterisk the good example includes JUnit tests that verify the behavior of the add method with different inputs. Asterisk how to prevent asterisk. Asterisk write tests first, TDD write the tests before you write the code. Asterisk use a testing framework asterisk use a testing framework like JUnit, Java, ptest, Python, NUnit, C, or Jest, JavaScript. Asterisk test all scenarios asterisk test all possible inputs, including edge cases and error conditions. Asterisk aim for high test coverage asterisk try to cover as much of your code as possible with tests. Asterisk run tests frequently asterisk run your tests every time you make a change to the code. Automate the process, example using a continuous integration server. Asterisk debugging tips asterisk. Asterisk write a test that reproduces the bug asterisk this will help you understand the bug and verify that your fix is working correctly. Asterisk use a debugger asterisk step through the code in the test and examine the values of variables. 8. Overengineering. Asterisk the mistake asterisk creating overly complex solutions for simple problems, adding unnecessary abstractions, or designing for features that are unlikely to be needed. Asterisk why it's bad asterisk. Asterisk increases complexity asterisk makes the code harder to understand, maintain, and debug. Asterisk wastes time asterisk you spend effort building features that are never used. Asterisk delays delivery asterisk adding unnecessary complexity can slow down the development process. Asterisk reduces performance asterisk overly complex solutions can be less efficient than simpler ones. Asterisk bad example, Java, unnecessary use of design patterns for a simple task. Asterisk good example, Java, simpler solution. Asterisk explanation asterisk. Asterisk the bad example uses an unnecessary interface, shape, concrete classes, circle, square, and a design pattern, strategy pattern, for a simple task. This adds a lot of complexity without providing any real benefit. If shapes and area calculations are minimal, simpler is better. Asterisk the good example provides a simpler and more direct solution. It directly calculates the area of each shape in the area calculator class. Asterisk how to prevent asterisk. Asterisk Yagna, you ain't gonna need it, don't design for features that you don't need yet. Asterisk keep it simple, stupid, kiss strive for the simplest possible solution that meets the requirements. Asterisk refactor later asterisk if you need to add complexity later, refactor the code as needed. Asterisk get feedback asterisk ask other developers to review your design and code. Asterisk don't be afraid to delete code asterisk if you've written code that's not being used, delete it. Asterisk debugging tips asterisk. Asterisk look for unnecessary abstractions asterisk are you using interfaces, abstract classes, or design patterns when simpler solutions would suffice? Asterisk ask yourself, is this code really necessary? If you can't justify the complexity, it's probably over-engineered. 9. Not using version control properly. Asterisk the mistake asterisk not committing frequently, writing huge commits, committing broken code, or committing sensitive information. Asterisk why it's bad asterisk. Asterisk makes it difficult to track changes asterisk you can't easily see what changes were made and why. Asterisk increases the risk of conflicts asterisk multiple developers working on the same code can easily overwrite each other's changes. Asterisk makes it difficult to revert changes asterisk if you introduce a bug, it's hard to undo the changes. Asterisk can compromise security asterisk committing sensitive information, passwords, API keys, to a public repository can expose your application to attackers. Asterisk bad example, Git, infrequent, large commit. Asterisk good example, Git, frequent, small commits. Asterisk explanation asterisk. Asterisk the bad example commits a large chunk of changes with a vague commit message. It's hard to understand what was changed and why. Asterisk the good example makes small, frequent commits with clear commit messages. Each commit focuses on a specific task or feature. Asterisk how to prevent asterisk. Asterisk commit frequently asterisk commit your changes every time you complete a small task or feature. Asterisk write clear commit messages asterisk explain what you changed and why. Asterisk use branches asterisk create branches for new features or bug fixes. Asterisk review changes before committing asterisk make sure your changes are correct and don't introduce any bugs. Asterisk never commit sensitive information asterisk use environment variables or configuration files to store sensitive information. Use .gitineary to exclude sensitive files from being committed. Asterisk use a pull request workflow asterisk have other developers review your code before merging it into the main branch. Asterisk debugging tips asterisk. Asterisk use git log to review commit history asterisk examine the commit messages to understand what changes were made. Asterisk use git diff to compare changes asterisk compare the current version of a file to an earlier version to see what has changed. Asterisk use git blame to see who made a change asterisk find out who last modified a specific line of code. Asterisk use git revert to undo changes asterisk revert a commit if you need to undo a change. 10. Improper resource management, memory leaks, unclosed files. Asterisk the mistake asterisk failing to release resources that are no longer needed, leading to memory leaks, file handle exhaustion, or other resource-related problems. Asterisk why it's bad asterisk. Asterisk causes performance degradation asterisk as resources are leaked, the application slows down and becomes less responsive. Asterisk can lead to crashes asterisk eventually, the application might run out of resources and crash. Asterisk makes the system unstable asterisk resource leaks can affect other applications on the system. Asterisk bad example, Java, not closing a file. Asterisk good example, Java, using try with resources. Asterisk explanation asterisk. Asterisk the bad example opens a buffered reader to read a file but does not explicitly close it. If an exception occurs before the reader is closed, the file handle will be leaked. Asterisk the good example uses the try with resources statement, which automatically closes the buffered reader when the try block finishes, regardless of whether an exception occurred or not. Asterisk how to prevent asterisk. Asterisk use try with resources, Java, using, C, or with, Python. These constructs automatically manage resources and ensure that they are closed properly. Asterisk close resources explicitly asterisk if you can't use try with resources, close resources explicitly in a finally block. Asterisk use memory management tools asterisk use memory profiling tools to detect memory leaks. Garbage collection helps, but it's not a replacement for proper resource management. Asterisk understand resource limits asterisk be aware of the resource limits of your system, example maximum number of open files. Asterisk use resource pools asterisk for frequently used resources, example database connections, use resource pools to avoid the overhead of creating and destroying resources repeatedly. Asterisk debugging tips asterisk. Asterisk use memory profiling tools asterisk these tools will show you where your application is allocating memory. Asterisk check for unclosed files asterisk use system monitoring tools to check the number of open file handles. Asterisk monitor resource usage asterisk monitor the CPU, memory, and disk usage of your application. In conclusion, these are just some of the common backhand mistakes that developers make. By being aware of these mistakes and following best practices, you can write more robust, maintainable, and secure code. Remember to asterisk focus on clarity and simplicity. Asterisk test your code thoroughly. Asterisk follow style guides and conventions. Asterisk prioritize security. Asterisk manage resources carefully. Asterisk profile your code to identify bottlenecks. Practice makes perfect, and consistently applying these principles will elevate your coding skills to the next level. Good luck and happy coding.